Dale Earnhardt Jr. has delivered a stark verdict on NASCAR's current state. The NASCAR Hall of Famer recently shocked fans with his assessment that the NASCAR I knew doesn't exist anymore. He said this during his appearance on Kevin Harvick's Happy Hour podcast, where the two-time Daytona 500 winner opened up about the dramatic transformation of the sport his family helped popularize. Earnhardt's comments came after his JR Motorsports team made a one-off entry into the 2025 Daytona 500 with driver Justin Allgaier. Rather than celebrating this milestone, the experience left Earnhardt with sobering realizations about NASCAR's future. His verdict? The days of racing for passion are gone. Now it's all about the size of your bank account. The NASCAR world. Dale Jr. grew up and bears little resemblance to today's landscape. Reflecting on the past, Earnhardt painted a picture of a more accessible sport. Earnhardt told this to Harvick. "I have been around long enough to remember that if you and I just woke up one day and said, 'Man, we're going to enter a cup car in any race we want,' we can go find us a car, find us a driver, get all the parts, and go do it. Right? Now there's some couple hoops. You've got to get licensed and got to enter the car, pay the money, the entry fee, all that good stuff. But it was pretty much an understandable challenge. This accessibility created a pathway for passionate individuals to participate in NASCAR without requiring enormous wealth. Teams could enter races based on merit, determination, and racing skill rather than financial power. The process had challenges, but they were, as Earnhardt put it, understandable. Fast forward to 2025, and the landscape has shifted dramatically. The introduction of the charter system has created unprecedented financial barriers to entry. The charter system stands as the primary roadblock for new teams looking to enter NASCAR's top series. Earnhardt didn't mince words about the financial requirements. Today, to just get out there and compete, you need that $50 million charter. And that charter is going to be $100 million and $150 million and $200 million. It's going to go to the moon over the next several years. Earnhardt stated, "This staggering price tag doesn't even include building the actual race team, purchasing cars, hiring drivers and crew, or securing sponsorships." As Earnhardt pointed out in a previous statement, you don't even have a race car yet. You spend $90 million, $100 million, and then you gotta build a race team. The financial reality has transformed NASCAR into an exclusive club. Earnhardt said, "But it's become this place where only people with that kind of money can play. And the world, the NASCAR that I knew, in terms of just being able to field a car and go race, doesn't exist anymore." Charter prices have experienced astronomical growth in recent years. What began as a relatively modest investment has ballooned into figures that exclude all but the wealthiest individuals and corporations. Recent transactions highlight this trend. Legacy Motor Club reportedly paid approximately $45 million for a single charter from Rick Ware Racing. This figure dwarfs previous deals, including 23XI Racing's $13.5 million charter acquisition from Starcom Racing in 2021 and Front Row Motorsports' purchase from Stewart-Haas Racing for between $20 and $25 million last year. The Rick Ware legacy deal set a new benchmark at roughly twice what Front Row Motorsports paid. NASCAR insiders project these prices will continue their upward trajectory, driven by expectations of richer TV deals and the growing value of guaranteed cup participation. For Earnhardt, the skyrocketing charter prices represent a missed opportunity. He openly expressed regret about not purchasing a charter when they were more affordable. "It was a good time to buy it 10 years ago. I regret that I didn't," Earnhardt admitted. The reality is that charters were once available for as little as $1 to $2 million, a fraction of their current value. This missed opportunity now impacts JR Motorsports' ability to enter the Cup Series full-time. Despite their success in the Xfinity Series, where they've claimed 4 championships and currently lead the point standings with Justin Allgaier, the financial hurdle remains too high. Could Earnhardt bypass the charter system and run as an open team? He addressed this possibility directly. "For me to go run an open car isn't realistic. It's not realistic for anybody to do it every single week," Earnhardt stated. While teams can technically enter races without a charter, doing so consistently presents significant challenges. Open teams lack the guaranteed race entry and revenue streams that chartered teams enjoy. They must qualify on speed for each event and receive a smaller portion of the purse. This uncertainty makes securing sponsorships more difficult and creates a less stable business model. As Earnhardt noted, open teams don't have a guaranteed spot in every points race. Without that guarantee, generating consistent profits becomes nearly impossible in today's NASCAR environment. The escalating costs have fundamentally changed who can participate in NASCAR's top series. Earnhardt summarized this shift saying, "For somebody who's trying to get in, you can't play unless you've got a big entity behind you, somebody with real cash." This new reality has attracted different types of owners to the sport. Big money players like Michael Jordan's 23XI Racing, Trackhouse Racing's Justin Marks, formerly partnered with Pitbull, and various private equity groups have entered the NASCAR ownership ranks. These entities bring substantial financial resources that traditional racing families typically cannot match. Teams are increasingly securing private equity funding to support their Cup Series operations. This trend represents a fundamental shift from family-owned racing teams to corporate-backed enterprises with different priorities and perspectives. Despite his desire to see JR Motorsports compete at NASCAR's highest level, Earnhardt maintains a pragmatic view of the investment required. "I'm not going to give you $40 million for that charter. I'm not doing that. That's not something I'm interested in doing. That's my prerogative," Earnhardt has stated. Instead, he envisions a more limited financial commitment. "I would invest $5 million or $10 million in the right situation. $5 million, absolutely, maybe more of my own money. So there's, 20% ownership." This perspective reflects the changing ownership model in NASCAR, which increasingly resembles other professional sports franchises. When I look at an NFL franchise, there are majority owners, but there's also a lot of minority people as well. I believe that owning around 20% of the charter would be satisfactory for me personally. Finding the right partner presents another challenge. Earnhardt acknowledges that he would need an investor that will let him operate the team as he sees fit, but notes that someone willing to pay for it and give up control is hard to find. Beyond the charter costs, NASCAR teams face a challenging financial equation. The balance between investment and return has shifted unfavorably for many operations. Sponsorship revenue across the Cup Series reportedly dropped nearly 16% from 2023 to 2025. While top teams like Joe Gibbs Racing secured approximately $116 million in sponsorships, others face significant declines. Richard Childress Racing, for instance, reportedly saw a 50% drop to just $52.9 million. Race winnings often fail to cover operational costs. The $1 million winner's prize for major events sounds substantial, but for teams like JR Motorsports or Denny Hamlin's 23XI Racing, the expenses for a single race can approach $2 million. This figure doesn't account for potential losses from crashes or mechanical failures. Despite his concerns, Earnhardt acknowledges that the current system benefits those already established in NASCAR. He said, "While that is tough for me to stomach, it is incredibly great for the current people that are involved in the sport. Great for NASCAR, great for the France family, great for the owners and teams that have those charters that are appreciating year after year, hour after hour. The appreciation of charter values provides existing team owners with a valuable asset. Teams that secured charters early now possess something that continues to increase in value, offering potential long-term financial security that NASCAR team ownership previously lacked. For NASCAR itself and the France family that controls the sport, the system has created stability and increased the overall value of the enterprise. The predictability of having consistent teams enhances the product for television partners and sponsors." For Earnhardt personally, the dream of Cup Series ownership appears increasingly distant. He recently confessed that many years ago he had a real good opportunity to enter the Cup Series as an owner. That window has closed. Now Earnhardt finds fulfillment in other racing ventures. He claimed that whenever he goes to a Cars Tour race and works there, he is just as happy and rewarded. This sentiment suggests a shift in priorities and expectations.